Zuko back with the birds. Another Shadowlands video. We're going to look at, this is an update video to the tier set that are coming in 9.2. Blizzard has released a post. I'm a couple days late on this now, but, or I guess a day, I don't know. It happened yesterday. Anyway, I'm going to talk about, there's some changes that they made to some tier sets that were terrible, which is awesome. They actually look really good now. And not only did they just make the tier sets better, but they actually like incorporated the tier sets into the kit of the classes that were really bad. Let me show you what I'm talking about. We're starting with Monk. I'm going to get to the list on Wowhead in a minute, but I want to show you the Monk one in action because it's really good. I think it's going to be super fun in Mythic Plus especially. So what does it say now? Targets ignited by Breath of Fire deal an additional 4% less damage to you. So targets you ignite with Breath of Fire already do less damage to you. It's 9% right now because I'm running a talent, I believe. Maybe not. Maybe it's just 9%. I can't remember. Anyway, it's fine. They do 9% less damage to you. Maybe it's factoring that in already. It is factoring that in already. So Breath of Fire is 5% less damage to you baseline. We're getting the plus 4%, and it's represented in the tooltip already, so that's cool. So everybody does 9% less damage to you when you have Breath of Fire on them. Keg Smash deals 50% more damage and heals you for 66% of the damage dealt. And then gives you 66% of the damage it dealt as maximum health. Holy crap. This thing's crazy. Like, look at the damage I just did with this. Oh, it's not showing the right one. Oops. It's fine. I'll show you a new one. Not a problem. Let's look at this right here. We're gonna grab you, we're gonna grab you, and we're gonna do this. We're gonna Keg Smash. Watch the healing on that I'm gonna get right now. We'll summon the dudes just for fun. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's Keg Smash to heal. So I'm doing a lot of damage, first of all. Let's just kill that guy. Breath of Fire. I'm doing 13k right now, which is cool. One thing I want to actually stress about in this is that it really feels like this set allows you to be more offensive with your Brewmaster Monk. Because of how much healing Keg Smash is going to give you now, it's just like crazy. It gives you more time to spin if you want to spin. Look at the healing I just got. It just healed me for like 5k. Watch the healing on this. Ready? Boom, I went from like 50% to 80%. We got this. Let's heal. Let's see this in action. Here we go. Let's spin. Keg Smash. Look at this. We're healing. We're healing. We're healing, baby. We got this. Not a problem. Spinning Crane Kick. Let's stun them for a sec. Stun the Loyal Beasts. Let's do this. Another one of those. Big shield. And recover some health. Back to 100. We're back to 100%. I'll just take this guy over just so you guys don't forget about it. A little more damage. Let's kick that curse. Oh, we missed it. That's fine. We're going to stagger all this. Keep healing with Keg Smash, baby. I have healing elixir, which you don't, I think most guys don't take. But anyway, I have it. Just has some extra healing. But look at this, guys. This is crazy. We're almost done with this pack. It gives me a chance to just spin. I can spin, 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 spin. I'm taking a lot of damage. Watch this. Spin, spin, spin. I'm using all my... I'm going to press Keg Smash at the end here if I can. Heal me back up. The point is, you can really take a lot of damage if you want to. And then you can just heal all back up with Keg Smash. Look at this thing. Keg of the Heavens. That was all Keg Smash healing. And I'm running the double Keg Smash Legendary, which I think is now going to become mandatory on Brewmaster Monk. With this set, Keg Smash dealing 30% more damage, and then Keg Smash does 50% more damage again. Like, Keg Smash hits for 4k. Look at the damage that we did. We did 7.5k there. Look at the Keg Smash damage. It's crazy. I was talking to Hero about this, and he's going to run, I think, Special Delivery, because you're going to just be... I mean, he just likes that in general, but that's going to do a lot of extra damage as well. But you can run whatever you want here. I think, like... I just think that you're going to run the double Keg Smash Legendary, and then this is just crazy. The healing from this is so crazy. Excuse me. Not to mention Celestial Fortune. is obviously benefiting from this, right? You have a chance to be healed for 65% of the amount healed. Keg of the Heavens is just straight up healing you. So this is very, very good. And I think like in Mythic Plus it's going to be absolutely crazy. I think on a raid boss it's also going to be really good. On single target, Keg Smash is still a button you want to be pressing. It reduces all your brews by the most amount. It gives you the most brew reduction of any ability. It gives you shuffle. I mean, this is so incredibly good. So I want to. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to switch over to the Shaman right now and show you that. But I think the Brewmaster tier set is looking incredibly good now. They completely switched it around. It used to like the one they had before, like gave you more shuffle, which you already get shuffle from like most of your abilities here. Grant you shuffle. This one, Blackout Kick does it. Keg Smash does it. I mean, it's just we don't need more shuffle. We need another way to heal. And so Monk already basically just survives because they have their stagger, right? You're staggering. You always have 30% less damage taken, or even more, depending on what it is. But um, that's just like now you have an additional massive amount of healing going on. So like it's really really strong. Let's switch to Shaman. What's the Shaman one? Used to be really bad. It used to reduce the cooldown of Spirit Link Totem, as I've talked before. Now, your critical healing increases your crit chance of your next chain heal by 2%, stacking up to 5 times. Okay, let's just get that rolling right now, actually. I'm going to get some Riptides out. You can see that buff is accumulating when I get a crit here. Where is it? No. Did it not proc on anything? There we go. Get this. There we go. It's going right now. You can see it. So we'll get that going. Now let's read the 4-piece. Your chain heal critical hits reduce the remaining cooldown of one of your totems by 2 seconds. Your healing stream, healing tide, mana tide, and spirit link totem now also cast chain heal when you drop them. This is cool. So this is my healing stream totem, which is also cloudburst, spirit link totem, healing tide totem. What was the other one? Was that it? And then mana tide as well. They all cast chain heal. Every time chain heal critically heals, one of those totems has its cooldown reduced. So let's just drop one totem. I'm going to drop Cloudburst right now. Actually, you can't see the cooldown with Cloudburst. Let's switch off of Cloudburst. Not that you're going to do this ever, but I just want to show you what it's talking about. So we're going to drop a healing stream totem. It's going to cast chain heal right away. Look at this. There goes the chain heal. We're trying to get the cooldown. Oh, look at the cooldown of healing stream totem. It's going to start coming back. Drop a rain. Let's press this. Let's Riptide ourselves. Every time anything crits, the cooldown of it is going to come back. Every time you drop it, it casts a chain heal. Or every time chain heal critically hits, the cooldown of it comes back. Look at the cooldown of it. Let's see if it procs here. There, it's back. We got it back. Boom. Watch me cast chain heal. Watch the cooldown of healing stream come back. I have to get a couple crits here. There, I got a couple crits. The cooldown came back. There, the cooldown came back again. You see what I'm talking about? Then, if you drop Spirit Link, it's going to chain heal. Boom. Then if you drop Healing Tide, Mana Tide, it's going to chain heal. And then anytime you drop your Healing Stream or your Cloudburst, it's going to chain heal. And yes, the chain heal that procs off of it will go into your Cloudburst. Like, this is really good. It's so much better. It's so much better, and here's why. We don't need to reduce the cooldown of Spirit Link Totem. We don't really care about that. Like we talked about in the last video, we don't want Spirit Link Totem up randomly. We want Spirit Link Totem up when we want it. But reducing the cooldown of Cloudburst Totem is great. Reducing the cooldown of Mana Tide Totem is fantastic. So if it's proccing on any of those, also it procs on Healing Tide. There goes another chain heal, right? So, number one, it's reducing the cooldown of relevant spells. Number two, we get free healing, which is so good. We don't have to cast any of those chain heals. You don't have to cast them, guys, which means you don't have to go into a chain heal build. You can stay with the Wellspring build or stay with the Ascendance if you want. And you don't ever have to hard cast chain heal. You're just getting all of them for free. And that is really, really important. And you're just getting the free, like all the, anytime anything's critically striking, you're starting to build up that buff. Which I don't have it yet, but let's try and get it. Here, we got it now. The 2%, right? We're getting more crit chance on our chain heal for free. It's all free and it's all passive, and that's really important, I think, for this. Before, the tier set used to be very active. You had to cast your chain heals a lot to get benefit from them. Now, you're just getting a bunch of chain heals for free. You're going to get this buff ramping up for free all on its own. It's really, really good. It's all passive. It's all free. You don't have to focus on it. You can run whatever build you want to run, and it's totally fine. So This is really, really strong as well. Much, much better, much bigger improvement on what it was before. Let's switch over to the rest of the tier sets, which I'm just going to show you in the browser here on Wowhead. They've data mined all this stuff. Here's the Druid one, the Feral Druid one. It just says it's changing the word from lacerate to strike. I don't actually know what that means. I don't know like what the difference between those two is. I'm assuming that there's some coding thing there that has to do with the way that what strike means. So maybe if somebody understands, but apparently this is going to make it better. This is a buff. So that's cool. Nothing really crazy there. The Marksman one basically got cut in half. So the Marksman one said spending 80 focus gave you 2 trick shots. Now you spend 40 focus and you get 1 trick shot. This is a buff because getting 2 trick shots, spending 2 trick shots back to back is really hard as Marksman. Actually, it's kind of difficult because pressing rapid fire and aim shot back to back costs a lot of focus. And sometimes you have to bank like a ton of focus to actually be able to spend those back to back. So this is definitely a buff. You want to be able to get the buff more often, but you don't want to have to spend 2 of them in a row. You only want to have to spend 1 of them. So I like this. This is a good direction for the Marksman Hunter one. I think it's a buff overall. The Arcane one says that just says Touch of the Magi now has its duration increased and it gives you mana regeneration. So I think this is just a straight buff because you don't have to worry about the consuming 8 clear casts. You're not waiting for this clear casting proc to happen where you've consumed 8 of them and then you try and line up all your other cooldowns. Like Arcane Mage is about lining up several cooldowns, pushing them all into one window, and then just slapping the boss with huge arcane blasts. Like that's what you want to do, right? So this is not proc based anymore. It's just your Touch of the Magi window is just longer, and that's one of the abilities that you fit into the window. So it just lasts longer now and it gives you mana regen. I think it's good. It's just fine. I don't think it's actually amazing, but it's fine. It's definitely better than waiting for this 8 clear casting proc to happen. The Frost one got reduced by 10 seconds, so you're getting more comets, 33% more often. You're getting a comet now, so it's just a straight buff in terms of how quickly the comet comes, which is good. Also, it's not while Icy Veins is active. It's actually really important. They just made it so that your spells have a chance to call it down, not while Icy Veins is going on. So you don't have to. It just happens all the time now. And it happens once every 20 seconds. I think that's a big buff actually to the Frost one. Here's the Monk one that we looked at. It's really good. Here's the Mistweaver, sorry, the Brewmaster Monk one. Here's the Mistweaver one. Essence Font's residual healing is increased by 5% and lasts additional 2 seconds. This is good. I think this is actually particularly good for the Night Elf, the Night Fae Mistweaver Monk, because the Fae Stomp that you do as a Mistweaver procs an Essence Bolt. And so that residual healing that comes out from the Essence Font Bolt lasts longer and is now increased by 5%. So that's a cool little niche thing for the Night Fae Mistweaver monks is that they're getting those extra Essence Font procs from their Stomp, from the Night Fae Stomp they could do. So I think that's kind of cool. Um, but not a huge buff, just a small buff there. Nothing here. Priest. This is weird. I don't know. So, consuming a dark thought causes your shadow to animate for 8 seconds. Your shadow follows you, dealing not 138% of your spell damage, but 1,038% of your spell damage. I guess it was bad. Like I don't know. I didn't test it actually on the PTR. I didn't test the shadow one. This seems weird. Like 1,000% of spell damage is like a lot. So I don't know. This is probably going to change, guys. It seems really weird to me. This is like way too big of a number, but I don't know. Maybe somebody tested it and it was correct. I don't know. There's the shaman one that we looked at, and then there's a warrior one. So this is actually good. I'll mention the warrior one here. Excuse me. So for arms, let me take a drink real quick. It's no longer based on the rage that you consume. To buff Colossus Smash, it simply says Tactician has a 50% increased chance to proc against enemies with Colossus Smash on them, and it causes your next overpower to grant 4% strength up to 20%. So let's just focus on that part for a second. Tactician is the arms passive ability where whenever it's based on how much rage you spend. For every like 1 or 1.5 rage that you spend, you have a chance to give you an overpower charge back, right? So if you press Mortal Strike, it costs like 30 rage, so you have a 30% chance to get overpower back. That's kind of how it works, right? So now it's saying if you have Colossus Smash on the enemy, you have a 50% increased chance to proc to get the Tactician proc, which is great. And then if it gives you an overpower, that next overpower grants you 4% strength. So this is good. I mean, it's just extra damage and lots of extra strength, and it works with the arms kit, which is great. You want it. You want things that synergize with the actual kit of the spec rather than just being like random buff. So this is a cool buff. The 4-piece got changed. It says Warbreaker and Colossus Smash lasts 3 seconds longer, which that was the same as before, but you also get 10% more damage on top of it. Colossus Smash baseline is 30% more damage to the enemy. This goes up now to 40%. And then it also lasts 3 seconds longer like it did before. So that's just a straight up buff all around. This is a much better direction, I think, for them to take the Arms Warrior set. It's fun that it ties into your actual kit in terms of proccing the overpower with your Tactician buff. So it's a great direction. You get 40% more damage in your Colossus Smash window now. So really, really good. I think that the Venthyr Arms Warrior might become a real thing where you can extend the Colossus Smash window. If you're getting 40% more damage now instead of 30, man, I don't know. I think that, and now you have a 50% increased chance to proc your Tactician buff if you have Colossus Smash on them. Keeping Colossus Smash going as long as possible, I feel like that's got to be the play. Um, and with the Venthyr Legendary, when you press Condemn, it extends Colossus Smash. So like for the first 35% or the first 25% and the last 35% of a boss's health, you could probably keep Colossus Smash up permanently and be getting this overpower. This Tactician buff is just going to proc over and over and over again. Like, and then you get the 10% more damage. I think it's just really good. I think Venthyr might be the way to go as Arms Warrior. I don't know. Love to see it. That's it, guys. Those are the tier set bonus changes that are coming in. All of them are really good. I don't know about this Pharaoh one. Is kind of, it doesn't make any sense to me. Marksman one is definitely a buff. Arcane one I think is is a slight buff. The Frost one is a big buff. Not, you don't have to be in Icy Veins anymore. The Brewmaster one is like game changing. This is amazing now. You need to take double Keg Smash. The Mistweaver one's kind of just whatever. It's a slight buff. The Shadow one makes absolutely no sense to me. This is probably going to change. This is just weird. Shaman one is a really good direction to be going with the class. Warrior, really good direction to be going with that spec as well. So let me know what you guys think about the tier set changes, and we'll see you in the next one.